Okay, hello, welcome back to Amery Junction. Today we are on the new loft layout, which is the main layout. Today we have got these Hornby suspension bridges. We have two of them. They're just being held by cable ties at the moment from stopping doing that, but when they're in place they'll be held together. So we're going to have something looking like that, very nice. But first of all we need to do the river that goes here. So on here we're just probably going to have some brick, or I might just slope it down. I'm thinking sloping it down might be quite cool. And then with some sand and that, and then the river. And we're going to be using the toilet paper method with Pva Glue and then painting it after. That's what we did on Silky Sands. If you remember that, go and check out the videos. But I never actually showed me doing it. But this time I'm going to show myself doing it. So we're not going to hang around and get straight into it. Remember, give this video a like, share and subscribe if you haven't already below. And comment what you think. Right, let's do this. Right, okay, so we're going to start off with some Pva Glue. I think this is just some cheap stuff out of Wilco. We have the toilet paper that will make the base. So we're going to start putting it on. You can either use a brush to spread it out, or simply just do it like that and then just rub it all in with your hands, which I prefer doing. So just spread it all about like that, and I'll see you when I've done a little bit more of this and spread it out. Right, let's go. Once you have done that, you've done a whole layer across, as you just seen me do. I've just cut little bits that I can mash up, so then you can create the wave texture. So you want a base layer just straight across, and then you want all these little bits just added to the top, and the glue does soak through, but the next very important stage, or it won't come out very well, is doing more Pva glue over the top. So do it all around the area how you did it before, and then this will make it wet again, so then you can create the wave texture. I saw this method from some Swedish or German guy, I forgot exactly, it was on YouTube, and he did like it exactly the same. And as you've seen, as I know for myself, it comes out very well, and it's much cheaper than using the realistic water. Plus, if you're using a big sea or a river that's a little bit more blue, I think it's better as well as cheaper. So that is a very good plus point in doing it this way. You don't have to buy the Woodland Scenics expensive stuff, as if you're doing a large ocean or a sea or a large river like I am, it gets quite expensive buying like 3 bottles, so then that would be like £75. I think currently that RRP is around £25 to £30 now, which is exorbitant, considering it used to just be like £19.99. But that's the model prices going up, as you're aware of. But anyway, so that's what you want to do now. As you can see, there's a nice layer. You want quite a lot, so you can like paint it on in a way. So I think that will do me. Doing some last little bits. Right, that'll do me. Always ensure you clean the nozzle so it don't get blocked up, as then the bottle becomes quite useless after that. So when you've done that, you want to either do it with your fingers or get a brush and literally just go over the whole area, paint it on, and then use the brush to pick little bits up and then texture it how you want, basically. So the key important part is plan where these are going, so they're going to go there, and plan if you're going to have any boats to do like swirls around the boats. So you really have to plan it, or what I like to do, I plan it in my head and then roughly just go with it, and then you get the hang of it. Right, I'm going to go and get a brush and then I'll be back with you in a second. Right, okay, I'm back. I have a brush. Well, I've stolen a brush from downstairs. Really important, make sure you wash it after in hot water and white spirit to get the glue off, but Pva glue can peel off over time. But anyway, so get your brush, doesn't matter what kind, I've just got a rounded brush. A flat one probably would be better, but it doesn't really matter. So now you just rough it all up, paint it all in and rough it up. Right, so this is the important stage of shaping your swirls, which are the waves. So you really want to think about what way you want it to go, how rough you want it to be. I went moderately. This does look slightly over the top at the moment, you could say, for a river, but it will be a river going out, like on the estuary, going out to sea, so it still will be quite rough and choppy. Obviously, it's wavy, as I like to model, stuff like that. So really you want to shape it this time, put a boat down, so use your imagination, but imagine this is a boat, this tank. So if the tank was, say, going here, you'd want to brush it accordingly, so then the swirls go following the boat. You know how the boats have like a point and the waves go out, so you'd want to model that. Or behind it, do the ripples of its power from the engines, etc. So that's the bit you really want to think about, is this bit, why it's still wet, and in the stages where you can change how it goes. So some of it, the waves are a little bit too big for my liking, so I'll just push them down with the brush and just work around and with the brush, getting the desired texture that you want. Right, okay, once you've got it to something that you like, a texture you like, so something like this, you can see there's waves. All you now need to do is just wait. I'd say a good couple of hours, let it go rock hard, and then you can start using your acrylic paints, which I'll show you once it's dry. Right, okay, now we have a dry surface, we're going to use our acrylic paint. So we've got that one, this one, and just some brown. You can't really see that very well, but just some brown. So all we need to do is, once again, get our trusty paintbrush, put it on, and then just literally mix it all together. Right, I'm going to do that and be back with you once I've got it on the board. Right, okay, we have finished our water now. We have applied the gloss, which is this gloss, just outdoor gloss varnish from B&Q. So I'm just walked in front of the light, that's why you keep getting this shadow. So yeah, this is what it looks like all finished. You get a very nice texture. If we just go to sea level, or it's a river going out on an estuary to obviously a sea, so that's why it's quite choppy. That's what it looks. As you go further, you can see the more textures and the different shading I did with the paints. You can use any paint. Acrylic, I don't think makes much difference, but you can. It gives it a nice plasticky texture after or before the gloss, and then you apply the gloss. But if you're applying gloss, it doesn't really matter. From what I found, I've just used a bit of that as well, a bit of brown, and then the other paint I was using was this and a navy blue version. But really, it doesn't matter if you're glossing it. And then I popped the Hornby Bridge on it, which is the, let's bend down, which is this from what Hornby sell. Going to the light so you can see it a little bit better. That's what you get. So that's what's there. I've yet to do any track on the new layout, so this is the first thing I've done. And it won't be in this video, as this is always about this water, but there will be like walling or natural scenery coming down, probably a wall I think here, and then a slight river bank going along here with sand, and the same the other side, some sand going along this edge. That's why it's not fully done near the edge, because it's having a river bank. So looking from it from a different angle, this is what it looks like. I'm quite impressed with it. It's the same method as Silky Stands, as I said earlier, and I think it's a very affordable way to do water without using the woodland scenic stuff, which I don't think would be suitable in this area. I know you can do choppy water with woodland scenics, but with this it's so much easier. It's just one thing. You don't have to buy the water effects shape thing as well as the water, and then you'd have to have probably about 4 bottles to do this. As you probably can't see on camera, it is quite big. It's more than my arm's length. So that's what it looks like. Remember to give it a like, share and subscribe. If you have any questions more about how I did this, please do let me know. Do not hesitate to comment, as always. So once again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this how-to of doing this method of doing water. And I'll see you on the next video on Amery Junction's main layout.